Welcome back, everyone. So, this is the scandalous story of Mayor Eric Adams of New York. I think he was fairly popular to begin with when he was first elected into office in New York, but more recently, over the last year, more and more accusations of corruption have come out, and finally, I think it was a couple of months ago, he was formally charged for corruption. And this, I thought, oh, shocking case. You know, it's probably, a lot of, party wheeling and dealing. It's New York. Maybe he's involved with the mafia. Maybe he's been having his rivals bumped off or something. Actually, no. It turns out he has been getting a lot of free flights, first class, to and from none other than Turkey.
Oh. Get him out now.
Not only that, he has also been getting luxury vacations in hotels in Turkey.
He really likes Turkey.
He does. He also, so you might think, well, why would he be accepting bribes from Turkish diplomats, Turkish airlines, Turkish hotels? Well, let me tell you, he signed the approval for a huge 36-story, state-of-the-art, luxurious Turkish consulate in New York. So maybe the two are connected. Maybe he was bribed to approve their special building. Again, it does seem kind of hilarious, like considering where I thought this was going to go and where it actually went.
It's kind of a letdown for New York.
Yes, yeah. No one is ever going to make a Hollywood movie about Eric Adams.
Do something worthy of a movie.
And also, there's been, throughout his time in office, there have been some other sort of like slightly hilarious scandals. It was noticed that after he won the mayoral office, that he didn't actually live in New York. He wasn't born in New York. He's not really connected to New York. He just ran in New York. And when people realized this, he rushed to buy a house and, to improve his public image, he gave a rushed tour, welcome to my home here in New York. And it was very obvious that the home was either brand new and not fully furnished yet. And it didn't look like he really lived there, down to the details of he's well known to be a vegetarian. And so he shows the camera, opens the fridge, and in the fridge there is loads of meat.
Oh, okay.
And he quickly closes the fridge and looks a bit
that's
nervous.
Not mine. It's a friend.
Anyway, it was very silly. He just seems to have made a lot of really silly mistakes. So yes, I've got to say, still allegedly, because he hasn't actually been convicted of anything yet. But it's not looking great. It's not looking great. And not a lot of people have stood by him either, strangely enough. He was out there looking for support, and very few of his former campaign buddies supported him.
Gonna take flights to Turkey. This is what you get.
Yes. Do not do dirty deals under the table. Anyway, so let's talk about corruption in general. How might corruption charges change how voters view politicians during an election? And I think this is a very interesting question to ask to an American.
Interesting because up until, I guess that would be, I'm trying to do math in my head right now. So that'd be what, 8 years ago? Up until about 8 years ago, we all assumed it would affect the campaign a lot. We assumed if this was happening, people would, of course, start to lose support for that candidate. They would think twice about it, maybe vote for someone else, or the party itself would be like, oh, let's get someone else to do this instead of you. However, we have been proven wrong twice now. Apparently, at least in America, it doesn't really matter what charges you are facing. You can become president, which I guess is kind of the American dream. No matter who you are, you can become president.
Yes, proving it's really possible.
It's really possible.
Unbelievably, but yes.
Yes. Except age. We have rules about age, just not being a felon.
Anyway, so what problems could arise if and when a politician continues to campaign when facing legal charges?
Again, we assumed that there would be a lot of problems that could arise. I think if you went into your imagination, you could see that a lack of trust would be a big one. You'd be like, well, if they're willing to cut these corners, or if they already did cut these corners, they can do it again. Not only would you have local, like public trust of that country fall, but you also have international trust and relationships fail, which actually we have seen in recent years with America and everything. So there seems to be some effect from this, but not as much as people would have imagined before this was tried out.
Yes. It's proved us all wrong.
Yeah.
We thought it wasn't possible, but
He's
it
done
is. Anyway, so not to downplay the seriousness of Eric Adams's potential crimes, but you guys have got bigger fish to fry right now, and it's the vocabulary section. Let's stay on track. Let's work within the laws of English and learn some more words, and hopefully you'll be able to use them in your next conversation. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Midst.
Midst.
Plead.
Bleed.
Discovery process.
Discovery process.
Resign.
Resign.
Downplay.
Downplay.